say that there was definite slight changes. The first changes I've noticed were around my workplace because I wasn't assertive enough with my staff, and I used to suffer that a lot. So by keeping, I'd hold all the frustration in, and I didn't feel maybe confident enough, and especially around all this other stuff going on in my life. I was like this scared little kid stuck in my big thing. So even though the business was successful, I'd go home fully stressed out because I wouldn't be able to approach that guy who was doing something that I didn't want him to do. So I used to sweep stuff under the carpet all the time, say, oh, that's not happening, Instead of fixing the problem, I was just creating more problems by not fixing the problem. And, the other stuff from that is escalates, it compounds, and the problem not solved is a problem multiplied. So, and that's how it was presenting in my life. So it just made me sick. It was making me sick. I found myself going into the battlefield all the time for myself. So I'd see this problem and I'd just go and fix it. And then I'd go, oh, fucking hell, that felt good. And then I wouldn't carry the thing. So that just escalates in the positive. And, and then I'm going, well, and then I got a chance to talk to people. And all of a sudden, what happened, the culture in my business was the first one to change. Whereas I was all of a sudden, wasn't just the boss, I was the boss. So that culture shifted. And that was the first thing to come for me because, obviously you could call it was the easier of both demons in my life. And it did. It worked. It worked. It still is. It still works. It's the new me. My parents were both very domineering. I learned to shut up. And I'd find all these wormholes around and just shut up and, do it anyway. But I learned how to be quiet. What I needed to learn was I had to find my voice. And that's what I've done. So I was the kid that did, when I was 18, I did Tony Robbins and I read 100 Eckhart Tolle books and I've read 100 books. Development. So it's not a chore for me. It's me finding out what makes you tick, I guess, and why we think like we do and all the rest. Maybe it's Julie's stuff really blew me away because you could see and feel the changes instantaneously. She's not judgmental at all. She just sits there and listens to you, and she's got this calming thing in her voice. So she's very good at what she does. And I'm glad I got her as a coach. Other coaches that I've had in the past with different stuff, they might grate you with the way they talk or their mannerisms or whatever. So she's very, on my level, it was easy with Julie, No, that mothering role she plays very well. So she has a very compassionate side. So and you can hear it in her voice.
Yeah.
Long story short, I'd recommend it to anybody with anything, really. Even if it's, you want to be more assertive at work, you want to make sure that you stand up for yourself, you need to ask for a pay rise, you need to get out of that shitty relationship, you need to believe in yourself. The list is this long. So, and I've got no uncertain terms that it helps.